All right. So my new strategy in the morning is to hit the live button and then just kind of wait. So what's up? Jenny's in the room. Interested to see. I've had the last 10 Wander Franco sold prices from release week on my whiteboard because I was going to show how ridiculous the market was. Boy, was I wrong. We're going to get into it today. I'm excited to show the results. And it's kind of, I did this exercise nearly 4 weeks ago for the exact opposite reason of what we're going to show you and how things have changed. And there's a little, we'll kind of add to the psychology talk, which, by the way, the podcast that I did with It's Triple Crown, JT, is going to be published today over on his channel. It's Triple Crown on YouTube. So check that out today. We talk, it's actually his podcast, Sports Card Psychology, which was really fun. We talked psychology behind, mainly psychology behind buying and selling bargain boxes. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm going to, a little psychology today on the thoughts on the market prices of Wander Franco and why we get stuck in our way of thinking when take a step back and look at the big picture, and it's like, oh, okay. And it kind of relates to the hobby boom of 2021. So I want to share the correlation here. What's up, Ed, Jenny, Straight Execution? Good morning. Dan is with us. Good morning, Dan. Michael says, I cleaned up on 2022 Topps Series 1, bought 2 hobby, 2 jumbo, moved most of it release week. Topps Series 1, man, is the best return on your investment if you buy at the right time, which is release week. Flagship, if people ask what's the best bang for my buck, and it's always, well, are you looking for a big hit? Are you looking for quantity? Are you looking to build sets? Do you just want to get some decent cards, or do you want to rip and flip? And if you want to rip and flip and make some money off boxes, yes, you can do it. A lot of people say you can't make money opening boxes. That is pretty far from the truth. When in fact, Topps Series 1, where you may not think it, because there's no big grand slams. It's not a National Treasures. It's not a Topps triple threads, tier 1, that the fancy stuff. But Topps Series 1, flagship, man, best return on investment release week. And many products are. You can make money ripping and flipping on release week. Now, there's some products where you just can't. If you get some dud boxes, may not work out. But more than not, if you get it at the right time, especially if you get it like on release day, the day after, even the Friday of release week, with most products coming out on Wednesday, it's good return. If you sell, if you're okay selling everything, with me, I keep the Cubs, and right now the Cubs just don't have many valuable cards. If I get a case hit out of a box, it's likely not going to be a Cubs card. I guess it could be, but it's not going to be a big, where 5 years ago, yes, it would have been. It's like, oh crap, this Chris Bryant auto is going to sell for 3x the price of the box. But it's just not that way anymore. But if you want to pick and choose what you keep, then you're not gonna make much. So we've got 12 in here. All right. Steve, good morning. First time fan. Awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you subscribed. Also hit the like button if you can. I assume you will be sharing the link to Triple Crown's podcast on Twitter. I absolutely will. Michael says current eBay listing count 625, creeping up every day. It is, but you'll be surprised by the sold prices. I think opening day is better than Series 1. I bought 1 blaster, pulled an auto. I had the same luck a few years ago. I've only bought opening day 1 time. I think it was beginner's luck. In fact, it was, gosh, how many years ago was it? It was at least 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And I've talked about this. When I do contract work, broadcast work, and I'm out of town, I like to do hotel rips. And so opening day came out during the boys basketball state finals. I was working in Peoria, Illinois, and bought like 3 blasters of opening day. Had never bought opening day before, and pulled an auto. Which I know in opening day, like you never get autos. Well, never say never. You rarely get autos, and I pulled an auto in like the first box I opened of opening day. Michael thinks we've got we've got difference of opinions here. Michael says it's a waste of money. I'm just not an opening day fan because I think it looks so much. It's just Topps with a opening day logo. I'm not an opening day fan. I like Big League, which didn't come out last year. And I get there's still, I don't know, there's still talk. I don't know if any of it's legit or not of 2021 Big League actually being released in 2022. Let's see. Ed says, morning, Herman. Great show last night. Absolutely. Herman is in the chat. Good morning, Herman. Great stuff last night with Herman and Kin. The only one-of-one printing plate I've pulled was from an opening day $10 blaster. Dan says, good morning to all. Jenny asked if it was Hobby Box or Blasters. Let's see. Diego's with us. What's up, Diego? Oh, by the way, Diego, I watched the video from yesterday. Thank you so much. For some reason, I think I wasn't logged in because I was going to comment, and I think I was on a browser where I hadn't like automatically logged into my YouTube because somebody, I think it was Ken, tweeted the link out. So I hit the link, but I wasn't signed into my YouTube. So I'll go back this morning and make sure I drop a line. Let's see. The singles don't sell. Not enough inserts and parallels to recoup on. Hobby case, and it was close to his cost. And sometimes that happens. So what's going on? So last night was the first 4 games. By the way, have you got your bracket in? We're doing a Hobby Evolution bracket. And I think we are around 20 brackets. It's just for bragging rights, so we can come on here in the chat and just give each other some crap about how our brackets are doing. Some are fans and knowledgeable. Some don't know much about college basketball. And that's the fun because usually it's the people that don't watch college basketball that have the most success. I suck when it comes to filling out a bracket, and I watch a lot of college basketball. So, yeah, looks like we have 20, right on 20. So last night was the first 4 games. And this is how much I know. When I did my bracket breakdown on Monday, what did I say? I said my surprise, my Cinderella is going to be the Wyoming Cowboys out of the first 4. And I said there's always a team that comes out of the first 4 and makes a little run. And my pick was Wyoming. They're going to come out of the first 4. They're going to beat Indiana. They're going to upset first round matchup, Sweet 16, Wyoming Cowboys. Guess what? They lost last night. Indiana, the Hoosiers. I didn't tell my wife I was rooting against her alma mater, Indiana, but the Hoosiers won by 8 points last night. The first game, and I wish the games were flip-flopped, and I understand they put Indiana, Wyoming in the primetime slot later in the evening. The first game was on at like 6, but that's the game I actually watched. And that was no, that's the wrong one. It was Texas Southern against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. These were a battle of 16 seeds. Texas Southern won, so they'll go on to lose a first-round matchup. So Texas Southern and Indiana come out of the first 4. Those picks don't count in the bracket challenge, so you still have time. Thursday morning is when the first round games begin. And just a quick thought on the first 4 games, and I've seen differing opinions on this. Some people think that the 16 seeds should be playing the play-in games and not like the Indianas and the Wyomings. I disagree. I don't think Texas Southern and Corpus Christi should have been playing in a play-in game because they earned the right to play in the 64-team bracket by winning their conference championship. Now, I get the argument where if you don't want these teams in, conference tournaments, that's a whole nother argument about, a team can go 16-0 in their conference and then lose, get upset in the conference tournament, and they put all that work in during the regular season, all for naught. So I think that sucks when those teams, but again, then you also know, so it's like, what are you playing the season for? So I have a wide range of opinions on how all of it works. But in the end, I think the first four should only be the bubble teams like Indiana, like Wyoming, not Texas Southern and Corpus Christi, where, I mean, first off, it's a crap game. Like, who wants to watch that besides me? Because I'm a degenerate college basketball fan. But they earned the right to get in the 64-team NCAA tournament bracket because they won their conference tournament, and that's just the way it is. Don't put them in the first four. That's crap. I think that sucks. That a team that wins an automatic bid gets placed in a first four game on Tuesday night in Dayton, Ohio. No offense, Dayton, but I think that sucks, and I'm okay with Indiana and Wyoming. But I think the other game, and it's a crap game. Like, nobody wants to watch Texas A&M Corpus Christi against Texas Southern unless that's your alma mater or you're a degenerate college basketball fan like me. I'll watch it. Let's see. Did you already post the link to the March Madness Hobby Evolution in YouTube? I have in the past, but let's go ahead and I will post that link. So anybody watching right now, since I am talking about it, you can still join. You've got until like Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Central to get those picks in. Actually, it says brackets lock. Okay, there we go. Brackets lock in 1 day and about 4 hours. So let's go to my pools. Let's see. The 1 Million Cubs Hobby Evolution bracket for bragging rights. We've got 20 in here. Let's invite our friends. That's you. And let's copy the link. Where's the link? My computer's a little slow. Hopefully it's not affecting the video. It probably is. Let's see. Copy pool link, live stream, paste. Hopefully that's the correct address. Oh, it won't let me. I got to do like the tiny URL. Does anybody know how to clip a link to make it shorter? Come on, CBS Sports. What are you doing? Is tiny URL still a thing? Tiny URL. Let's Google it. There we go. Tiny URL. I'm probably going to have to delete this whole string. It's 247 characters. Delete. Okay. Tiny URL. Customize the link. Make a tiny URL. Tiny URL. Copy and stream. Paste. How's this? This is just excellent video this morning. There you go. Tiny URL link to the CBS Sports bracket for Hobby Evolution. So we're just going to follow the bracket along and give each other some crap about how terrible we all are at filling out brackets. So straight execution link is in the chat. Let's see. Product the most I made on ever was 19 Topps Update Jumbo. Product was loaded. Bo Trivia. Can you name the guy Leitner stepped on in the Duke, Kentucky regional game? I went to high school with that guy. He was a senior when I was a freshman. So Leitner stepped on a Kentucky player in the regional game from Chicago. Gosh, I'm just gonna throw out just so I don't waste any more time rambling. I'm just gonna say Antoine Walker. Was it Antoine Walker? I know he went to Kentucky. I know he's a Chicago guy, but I don't remember if he was playing that in 91 or 92 or whatever year that was. But I'm gonna say Antoine Walker. Final answer, Antoine Walker. Let's see. Turkey Cards. I watched Bryant in their conference tournament, so I'm rooting for them tonight. Did you watch the fight in the stands? That was, I mean, I was watching Bryant versus Wagner, and it was on in the we were out with some friends, and I was watching it. Like, I'm gonna go home, watch some college basketball. Well, I'm not gonna watch this game. Well, the Summit League tournament, which is where I used to work, and it was delayed on TV because of the Bryant game. So I flipped it on. What the hell's going on? There's been like a 30-minute delay. There was a fight in the stands. So yes, so I did follow the Bryant Bulldogs simply because of the fight in the stands that delayed the game. Jenny has zero luck in the hobby of opening day. Blasters are fire. I've done opening day since 2016. Bo, I had asked last night, but not sure you heard it. Oh, my t-shirt size, hopefully extra large. I'm gonna say extra large. I've put on a lot of COVID weight in the belly region, so I'll say extra large, XL. Low roller scratcher, how much money you make on YouTube so far? Millions of dollars. It's amazing. Hundreds of thousands of dollars per day. I'm gonna be a YouTube millionaire in no time. Good morning, Johnny Boy Cards. What's up? Jenny says product I made most on was 93 Upper Deck SP in 2014. I remember that story. That's a great story. He went to SIU after Kentucky. Boy. The only guy I remember from SIU is Ashraf Amaya. Was it Ashraf Amaya? I remember Ashraf Amaya going to SIU. LOL, why you keep asking Bo how much money he makes? Amino Timberlake. I've never even heard of Amino Timberlake. Interesting. Aminu Timberlake. I don't remember him. I was watching some college hoops last night. What's up, John? Good morning. Yesterday I was all over the place with stuff I was doing. I listed about 30 NBA hoops rookie cards. I did some lots, mainly lots, and those were from the bulk box I bought Saturday at the card show in Rockford. So I did that. Did some shipping. My sales actually have been low, really low the last few days. And I think part of the reason is because I haven't been listing, hundreds of day on File Exchange. It's been more of the like 50, 60 items per day as I'm kind of juggling the card show that's this Saturday. I'm leaving Tuesday for spring training. So just doing a little bit of, doing a juggling act. So, which by the way, Madison Card Show this Saturday, 9 to 3, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive, Madison, Wisconsin. Sold out 80 tables. We're doing the upstairs only this month. And then April 30th, that's going to be the big show. It'll be at least 110 tables. I'm working with the hotel. I asked the venue yesterday. First question I asked was, do you have the third ballroom available for April? Because I might need it. Unfortunately, it's not available. And then I said, Will, who's the guy, he's awesome. Shout out to Will, Sheraton Hotel, Madison. He sets up the room for me. And he's like, yeah, we don't have any tables left. You've used them all. So I asked my contact there, I'm like, Will told me that we used all of the tables at the last show. Do you have any more? Can you get any more if we need to? So they're actually going to do an inventory this week and let me know where my cap is, because we can fit some more tables in the downstairs ballroom that we opened up last month. So if I can fit some more, get 120 tables, 125 tables, that would be ideal. I'd love to get that third room opened up if I don't have to buy tables on my own. So that's a bridge that I'll cross if we get to that point. But I have a feeling April is going to be a really big shoe, That's my crappy Ed Sullivan. Is that Ed Sullivan? My crappy Ed Sullivan. Let's see. Jenny says, well, your buyers must have come to my store because I woke up to over 150 cards to ship. Holy cow. Yep, they were in your store, not mine. Johnny says his sales have been pretty slow. And that was kind of like what I'm going to talk about today with Wander Franco prices. I'm surprised. I would have thought the opposite on my sales with spring training. I think the first games begin tomorrow. I've already got two tickets. I think I'm going to end up doing like 6 games down at spring training. I've already got the first 2 days, so I'm not doing any games on Tuesday when I get there. Wednesday, I got my ticket on the berm at Sloan Park to watch the Oakland A's and the Chicago Cubs. Thursday, we're doing a group trip There's 14 or 16 of us, and we're going to Tempe to watch the Angels because we're all acquaintances of John Maley, who's the hitting coach for the Angels, and he was the hitting coach for the Cubs back during the World Series in 2016. Awesome dude. I've been able to hang out with him a few times. We've had some good conversations. So we're there, obviously, as Cubs fans, but we're also John Maley fans. So we're actually sitting behind, as Cubs fans, we're going to be sitting behind the Angels dugout because we're rooting for our favorite hitting coach, John Maley. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be next Thursday. Saturday next week, I'm going to hit the big card show. There's a 300 or 400 card table in Phoenix. So I'm going to hit that up on Saturday. We've got some activities planned for Saturday night. I'm going to be on the backfields every morning. I'm putting together my autograph book. I thought about showing off. I did a video, and I showed what I'm planning for spring training, getting autographs. But I want to show off once. I want to show the completed product because it's going to be really, really cool. So I'm excited. I'm pumped. I bought some more baseballs yesterday. I'm taking 4 dozen baseballs for autographs. Serious question. Where do we stand on lids for Monster Box lids? I don't use them, so they take up room and get in the way. Oh, John, are you reading my mind? Do you have a hidden camera in my basement? That is one of the most frustrating things that I have going on. Monster Box lids, okay? Because up here, none of these have lids because this is all my eBay inventory. Where do I put the lids? Because you're gonna if we move, which we'll move eventually in the next couple years probably, I'm gonna have to have lids. You can't move these cards without lids, so you can't throw them away or use them as cardboard or recycle or whatever. So I have, and my wife hates me for this, I have just piles of Monster Box lids in our storage room, and it annoys the hell out of me. I hate it. So that's where I stand. I have piles of Monster Box lids in my storage area. Let's see. By the way, great Ed Sullivan. It was the only impersonation my dad did. Great memories. I tend to not stand on my Monster Box lids. There you go. But spring training next week. Card show this Saturday. March Madness begins. Man, I love this time of year. Same, I keep them in my storage area. Yeah, and they just get in the way, and then I'll look for something, and I'll have a pile of lids just topple over. So that's where I'm at on them. That's where I'm at. So I think that's all the housework I had for this morning. Let's talk Wander Franco. Break them back down flat to save room. Oh, hey, that's actually pretty genius. I never thought of that. That's how they come. You have to form them. Yeah, I have a leaning tower of Pisa in my storage area of Monster Box lids. I'm assuming you don't even construct them when putting the base together to help save room. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It kind of depends what I'm using them for. So if I'm buying monster boxes for my quarter boxes, then yes, I construct them because I need the lids to transport them back and forth. But if I'm buying them, if I need another 4-row box for my eBay inventory, then no, I don't construct the lids. Herman saves the day, star of the day. Herman gets the star of the day. Why can't your lids go on the bottom side of your boxes? That's also a pretty genius idea. I never thought of that which is silly that I never thought of that because that's what I do at the card shows for. So usually I put the lid and have a back because I write on all cards 25 cents. But if I have, on my tables, I can fit 2 back to back on the table. So the front box, I put the lid underneath, and then the back box has it standing up so people see the prices. So Fall Creek, that's a great advice also. Herman and Fall Creek, you're going to share the star of the day because both are excellent pieces of advice. Herman just beat me by a second on that. Nice. Wander Franco. So the reason I bring this up, Bo's bride is going to love this episode when her storage area gets cleared out tonight of lids. Wander Franco. So I created a last 10 sales, and it was actually the Saturday morning of release week of the last 10 sold prices, including shipping. And I went to 130 point to get the best offer price. So I had the last down. The reason I wrote those last 10 sold was because I wanted to show people that were paying $20, $15, $20 for a Series 1 Wander Franco rookie, was to show them how far the market falls in just a couple days. Because what happens on release week, and especially with Series 1, comes out on Wednesday. Sometimes we'll get some opening on Tuesday. Wednesday, that's when everybody's tearing through them. Thursday, Friday. You know, a lot of people order and they don't get their boxes until Friday. So there's kind of a lag. So it's kind of like it trickles. It trickles in, and then all of a sudden by the weekend it's flooded because a lot of people getting around to having time or getting around to listing. They've been opening boxes all week. So now during the weekend, they're going to use that time to list the singles on eBay. And with that, most retail outlets stock their shelves on Fridays. I know some Walmarts on Thursdays. So you're getting a lot of people opening the retail blasters on the weekend. Especially as, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. By Monday morning, it's pretty flooded. People have opened all their boxes. They've listed the cards on eBay. People have bought those cards on eBay, and we see that market just dive. So I wanted to show how much it would dive. So I did this the Saturday and it's been on my whiteboard it's been almost a month. Topps Series 1. What was the release date of Topps Series 1? I believe I think this week marks the 4th week. But I want to get an exact date. 2022 Topps. Oh, it looks like I've searched it before because it came up in my. So it's been out exactly 1 month. It came out February 16th. And today is March 16th. So it's been 1 month. So this is perfect. I love it because the 1 month mark, I just tallied the last 10 sold prices. So it's been 1 month since Series 1 has been released. So a few days after release, Saturday morning, I had the last 10. So the last 10 sold prices, the range was on the low side, $10 shipped, to the high side, $24.79. That was the range on Wander Franco base rookie cards on Saturday morning of release. So that would have been the February 19th. February 19th. So that came out. The average of the 10 was $14.52. $14.52 shipped for a base rookie card out of Series 1. That's crazy. So the reason I wrote those down was because I wanted to show people by Monday morning, those prices are going to be $5. And guess what? They weren't. I was shocked Monday morning. I'm like, okay, my experiment failed. And Monday morning, the prices were about $15. And I sold. So I ripped, I think it was Friday afternoon. I ripped some Topps Series 1 on February 18th. I pulled 2 Wander Franco base rookie cards, put them up for $15 shipped, and they sold, boom, immediately. In fact, one buyer bought both of them within 30 minutes of listing. Saturday, I bought a couple more blasters the day after, and I'm thinking, gosh, it's probably going to be $10. Maybe I have to list it at $7.50. I looked at the most recent comps. Hey, they're still selling for around $15. On Saturday afternoon, I listed the third Wander Franco I pulled for $15, and it sold even faster. It sold in about 10 minutes on Saturday afternoon. So I looked Monday morning. The prices haven't changed. Just and they're still selling for around $15. So I'm like, I'll wait till Tuesday or Wednesday. Maybe there's a little lag. Guess what? Prices are still $15. Then I just gave up. I circled back a week later. Let's give it a week. And the average price has fallen a little bit, but still in the $10 to $15 range, which, completely blew my experiment out of the water. I was wrong, big time wrong. I thought by a week later they'd be $5 shipped all day. Completely off base on that. I was wrong. So I'm gonna show the last 10 as of this morning, about an hour ago when I tallied these prices up, and again, shipped prices, including best offers accepted, using 130point.com. Straight Execution says, I think retail is very behind this year compared to past product, so not sure how to factor that into comparison. So Top Series 1 is not. Top Series 1 in my area has been stocked, and I don't know the rest of the country, but Top Series 1 was released on as normal. We had a wall. Like the first Walmart I went to on release week at Walmart, 40 blasters, a full box of hangers, blister packs. Second Walmart I went to was the same. The second week it was stocked again with Series 1, and the third, last week, so this will be the fourth week. So last week, one store had it. Another store had been restocked and it was wiped clean. And how I know that is because I was there on Thursday, because sometimes they stock on Thursday, and it was just a mess. Friday afternoon when I went, everything was stocked. It was nice and orderly, and there was a big blank spot where Series 1 was. I can't find retail, and I don't think Target has gotten retail yet. So I have not seen Series 1 at Target, but I have at Walmart. So yeah, I think maybe there's a lag with Target. It's weird. Find Top Series 1 has always been sold out at Target and Walmart by me, but BJ's had 2 huge displays worth. Yeah, it's been a funky year. It has been a funky year for retail. Searching LCS to go to today, found one with an interior pick, and the owner has a TV on his desk with rabbit ears. I think I found my heaven. So Series 1 talk is alien to me. B Class in 52, good morning to you. My Meyer had 2 hangers of 22 Series 1 and 40 blasters of 2021. I can't find retail. Don't think Target has gotten it. Must be a regional issue. I think it is, because my Walmarts have been stocked each of the first 3 weeks of release. I haven't been to Target. I don't go to Target as much anymore. Target used to be my go-to, and I'd skip Walmart. It's the roles have reversed here lately. What's the Wander price? Oh, LOL. You like making me wait. Yeah, we're getting to it. My Target is loaded with blasters. Should I go buy them now? If you want to rip them, the Wander Franco prices haven't dipped much, surprisingly. Headed to the LCS, says Zach, probably getting opening day packs. The Leprechaun does a scavenger hunt every year on St. Patty's Day, which, is tomorrow. So Wander Franco, so I'll rehash. Sorry, Jenny. Gonna make you wait a little longer. So the first, or the last 10 sold prices on Saturday of release week, $14.52. The range was $10 on the low side to $24.79 on the high side. This is for one Series 1 base rookie card of Wander Franco. Average price $14.52 of release week. Now, I checked this morning, and the reason I checked this morning is because Ivan at Watch the Breaks on Twitter had posted last night about how far the market has fallen on Wander Franco. And the example he gave was like a $13 or $14 sale, and I'm thinking, it's fallen $1. What are you talking about? So I'm going to circle back to that thought here in a moment. The average price as of this morning, March 16th, 1 month after Series 1 was released, $10.92 shipped. That's shocking to me. A month ago, I would have said, by March 16th, you'll be able to pick them up for $4 or $5, maybe $7.50 at the most. $10.92. That's crazy to me. For Top Series 1, base rookie card. So the range on this one is much tighter. So on the low side, and this is the last 10 sold prices on eBay according to 130 Point. This includes the best offers accepted. I think there were 2 of them on this one. The low side was $8.95 shipped, and the high side was $13.49 shipped. So an average of $10.92 over the last 10 sold Wander Franco base rookie cards. I'm shocked. I am shocked, and I know you on the surface. You're thinking that's like a $3 or $4 difference. That's not much, but that's can we do a pool for the price of month? That would be fun. That would be fun. What's the price going to be on April 16th? I'm going to write that. I'm going to keep this on my whiteboard, and I'm going to write down April 16th question mark. So on April 16th, we're gonna circle back. And again, I'm going to say, I think it's going to be $5 next month. But I thought they'd be $5 by, actually, I thought they'd be $5 by the week after, less than a week after. So Wander Franco, the week of release, the Saturday of release week, average price sold $14.52. Today, 1 month later, March 16th, $10.92. So I'm going to go to the chat, then I'm going to circle back behind the psychology, get into the tweet that Ivan tweeted out last night, and also a correlation between that line of thinking and where we were at in the hobby a year ago, kind of the psychology behind the market of trading cards. Let's see. DR says the Target by me has downsized their sports card section by 60% and tucked it into the aisles of the toy section. That's interesting. So, and I've seen that happen a lot. And I know Target, I actually talked to the XL vendor about that pre-pandemic. So before COVID, many of the Target stores started putting their card section in the back near the electronics and the toy section. And part of the reason he told me was because of security. And those stores were having theft issues where you would think, well, why would they put cards in the back as opposed to the front where there's more eyes up front near the cash registers? Because it's actually the opposite. There's less eyes on the card section up front. And why is that? Yes, technically there's more people around, but there's less cameras. Why are there less cameras? Because there's more people. Also, what's up near the cash? Why are there less cameras and less eyeballs up front at a Target or any retail store? Because it's candy bars and soda and little tchotchkes, chapstick, stuff like that. What's in the back? Electronics, $1,000 items, $500 items. There's more cameras. Jenny says way more cameras. So there's a lot more cameras. So they were having a lot of theft issues with cards in the front at certain stores. So that's why some stores, their card sections are now in the back, because there are more cameras to watch that section. So, and that's what he told me. And he gave me a percentage, and I don't want to cite any numbers because it's been a couple of years. I don't remember. But he gave me like either a percentage or a number of stores. And it was actually pretty small, like in the grand scheme of how many Target stores there are in America. The amount that moved their card section from front to back is actually really small percentage wise among the complete Target stores in the country. Herman says, I still need to pick up an opening day hobby box for my grandson. John says same price as Brady's last TD football now. Yeah, what about, can you imagine? I mean, first off, I couldn't imagine paying $500,000 for anything, any collectible. But that's gotta be oof. 108 tourney starts today. My bracket I'm in is tomorrow. I thank Hobby Twitter in advance for making my L easier to take. Zach, I will be voting early and often. It's the Chicago way. Let's see. I'll get those burners fired up for you. Can we do a pool for the price a month from now? John says Rizzo signed. I know he signed for the wrong team. Rizzo's going to stay a Yankee. That's. I was really getting optimistic that the Cubs would sign him. I of the guys, I mean, Baez already signed with Detroit. Chris Bryant, loved him when he was with the Cubs, but it's just kind of like I don't know. Schwarber, I'm mixed opinion on, but Rizzo was the guy I really wanted to come back. So that was upsetting when I saw that he signed with the Yankees. Okay, now let's make this an every 16th of the month. What's the price for the Wander Franco? 25 in the chat. Really cool stuff. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. 28. Well, back to 25. So, by the way, if you are watching, hit me up with the like button. I appreciate it. Michael says Chapman to the Jays. Know the feeling. So let's talk about the psychology behind so the Wander Franco. And again, if you're just joining in, the Wander Franco price, the Saturday of release week, the average price on the last 10 sold using 130point.com, $14.52. 1 month after release this morning, $10.92, which I thought would be in the $5 range. So I'm shocked that it's nearing $11 still a month after release. Now, a lot of people say, look at how far the market has fallen on Wander Franco rookie cards. And why are they saying that when the average price was about $15 on release week? Well, because the first few sold were in upwards of $50, and we're stuck on those prices. But why? There were just a handful, maybe a dozen. I don't know. I didn't look, but there were very few, especially when you consider how many are listed. But we see those prices and we're stuck. It's like, well, how far? Well, look how far the market's fallen on Wander Franco rookie cards. They went from $50 to 10 or 15. No. Those are in statistics, those are what are called outliers, and those need to be thrown out because that's the first early hype. Now by Saturday morning, we had a base. This is the market, a snapshot in time. There's enough product. The market has settled. And then now we'll start seeing normality in these sold prices. And now we have a month's worth of data, and the prices haven't fluctuated. So we see those early prices, and it may have been 1% or 2%. But we see, well, somebody sold one for $50, so that must have been the market. That's not the true market. That's a complete outlier. And so a lot of people that I know personally had that same thought process and still do when it comes to where the market was in 2021, the first quarter of last year. The prices were just absolutely crazy. And when you look, and I've seen several, somebody had tweeted out like 5 or 6 Luka Doncic rookie card prices and where they were at in 2018, 2019, where they were at early 2020, late 2020, boom, first quarter 2021, rocket ship. And it's like, wow, the prices fell from, say $10,000 for this PSA 10 silver, $10,000, and now it's only $5,000. But what they fail to look at is 3 months prior to that $10,000 price, it was, what did I say? 5,000, 2,500. So it's actually doubled, and that's an outlier. First quarter, throw those numbers out the window because those were just outliers, crazy hobby prices. And when you look at, and the further away we get from it, we're going to have more data. You take a look, okay, what were the prices in 2019, 2020? And then, you're going to look at those prices in 2021. It's like, oh, my Mike Trout went from, 10,000 down to 5,000. Failing to look at it was only 2,000 just, a few months prior to that spike in 2021. So we just kind of have that tunnel vision of, well, but it was this price in 2021, where it was just it was a small sliver of time. It was a 3-month time period where prices got out of control and absolutely crazy. And we need to throw, any sales from January through March of 2021 out the window, because it was such a crazy time. It was so volatile, the market. And it just, we look at that and we focus on the market prices and how far it's fallen, when in reality, the prices have about doubled from 2019. And we fail to realize that, because we're stuck on, I could have made, 5 times my money if I would have sold in February of last year. So that's kind of the psychology where we kind of get stuck on the highs, the highest of highs, kind of like the $50 Wander Franco. And well, the market, look how much the market's fallen. It actually hasn't fallen at all. And so that was in reply to the tweet. It was like the tweet showed a Wander Franco rookie shipped for like $14. And I'm like, it's only fallen off $1 from release week, throwing out the early outliers of first on the market pricing. So it's interesting how we think about things, and when we step back and don't focus on a singular sliver of time. When we take a look at the big picture, it's like, oh, actually, the hobby's in a much better place. And I know there's some people, and I know some people personally, that they jumped in at the height of the hobby, and all of a sudden they lost a lot because they're trying to sell their cards at what they paid for, slightly above what they paid for, but the market crashed from that point in time. So when they entered the market, it was up here, but it's down here. But you don't realize 3 months prior to that peak, we were here. So it's all when you enter. And unfortunately, some people entered at the wrong time and lost money and liquidated just to get out. I get it. It happens in any type of, I'm going to say it, the I word, investing. Invest in the stock market, sometimes in crypto. Sometimes you win. I jumped in on the crypto bandwagon a little too late in 2017. And my average buying, now I wasn't buying whole Bitcoins, I was buying a percentage, but the average price was around $15,000 per Bitcoin. It peaked at 20,000 in 2017. I had to wait 3 years before it got back to those prices, before I was in the green. And then it spiked to, I think it got up to like 80,000. But it's all when you enter, and you don't lose money until you sell, but you have to be careful when you buy, and you don't want to buy into the peak of a market. Let's see, Wander PSA 10 under $300. Remember that first one? How much was the first one on the market? Which was great marketing. They got in first on the market and made, I think it was a couple $1,000s, and now under 300. So the impatience of our fellow human is hilarious. If you can wait it out, that $5 market will be there for you. I'm glad we're the only experts on the planet, right? It's like, I see all these prices, and it's like, don't buy these cards while I'm selling. And I'm not going to tell a buyer, like somebody that buys this, I'm not going to message them and say, hey, don't buy this because the market's going to fall in a month. But it's like, you can tweet all day long, and there's still a market for some of this stuff. And it's, hey, okay, if you're okay spending $15 on a Wander Franco rookie that's going to be $5 in a few months, I mean, just wait till team sets come out, factory sets come out at the end of the year. They're going to be a dime a dozen. You're going to find Wander Franco rookies. We're still seeing the average price, $10.92 right now for Wander Franco rookie cards. They're going to be in dollar boxes before the end of the year. Before the end of 2022, Wander Franco rookie cards, unless he hits like 50 home runs and is the American League MVP, his rookie cards are going to be in the dollar box. Bo, do you pay yourself a salary, or do you just base everything on the sales of cards in your store? That's a great question on the business side. I do not pay myself a salary, and that was just advice from my accountant. He just said, if I, so it's kind of, and I'll go into this because I do share And I want to do a video series eventually on making the transition. Maybe I'll do that as I get closer to a year in, just to have that year of experience under my belt. But I had a lump sum of money set aside from the hobby that I used as basically seed money, startup money, to pay the bills. So right now I'm building my business account. And so all of my card sales go into my business account, and, I pay my bills, and, everything non-business related comes out of my, my former, my fun money account. It used to be hey, I've got all this money that I'm going to go to the card show, but I was wise in my spending. I'm not going to just go spend all the money I have in my baseball card account because I may need it if I make a move. And so I was looking for a change in careers. Now, a year ago at this time, a change in career wasn't selling baseball cards. That was, would you sell baseball cards full time on March 16th, 2021? Hell no. This is fun. I'm having too much fun doing it as a side hustle, but I did want to change careers and go into something different. So that's how I've approached it, where I don't pay myself a salary. I have my previous card sale slush fund to draw from for, everyday expenses and bills. And then all my card sales go into my business account. And, I use that obviously for business expenses and buying cards for inventory. So that's how I approach it. Robert, good morning. I have a 2022 Stars of MLB Wander Franco listed at $950 on eBay with only 2 views and no watchers in 3 days. Robert, you might want to drop the price on that, because I sold mine for $10 on release week. And I know that there's a little less demand for the inserts. Let's see. So let's just take a look at where the market is on Stars of MLB. So I think you might just be priced a little high, and that's why there's not as many views. Although the views is kind of 2 views is pretty low. So let's take a look at our sold. Running slow. Okay. Yeah, so the last sold are around $6, $4.30. Oh, that one sold for $13. So that was that one was best. I'm on the eBay app, $4. So if you I'd say you drop your price to $5, it'll move. People don't seem to chase the inserts as much. Sounds like you followed the 6 months of bills and savings advice before you made the change. Most definitely. Yeah, I was not going to make the change, especially going into business for myself. I was not going to make any type of change without, money for bills as you build the business. So, and I was also in a different, just kind of going off, I was also in a different situation where I had already basically built a business on the side. So I had, I hit the ground, once I went full time October 15th last year, I hit the ground running. I was already, doing it basically full time on the side. So, and that would be my first piece of advice. If anybody is considering going into business, selling cards, or, any type of business, it doesn't have to be selling cards. It could be, any type of sales, whatever it might be, to do it as a side hustle and get the experience first, and then really understand the inner workings, how to crunch those pennies, save those pennies as much as possible. What label printer do you use for eBay envelopes? I use the Brother QL 1100. You can use both the 2x7 labels and the 4x6 labels. And I use 4x6 for both standard envelope and for the bubble mailer. And the reason why is because I had some issues with my local post office. They were being stubborn about the 2x7 labels, despite other post offices scanning them, and they were scanned at delivery and other points in between. But for some reason, my local post office had a stick in their rear and started just sending them back to me. So because I was using the QL 800, which is only a 2x7 label printer, so just to avoid any issues with my local post office, I just bought the 1100, use the 4x6. Haven't had any issues, and I like it. Thanks, Bo, dropping the price now, though I did have it as a best offer. So, and here's the thing. Here's the thing with, and this is kind of a more psychology line from a buyer's standpoint. Even if you have best offer, if it's higher price than the market, people tend not to offer. People tend not to give an offer. I've noticed that with my own listings where, well, I have best offer, even though I'm priced above market, on a card, I listed it at release week price and it didn't sell. And here we are several months later and the market's dropped 50%. And it's like, well, I have best offer. Why? And I think that's why, is because, well, it's priced well over market and people just don't want to offer a best offer. That's just my line of thinking. Is that could be why. My eBay store is a side hustle for now. We'll ramp it up when I retire. That's awesome. I know a couple people that I've talked with here recently. It shows that that's kind of their plan. And that's awesome. And you get to, kind of experience as a side hustle and doing it, part-time or semi-full-time before you dive in. Jenny has the QL 1100. She loves it. Got to get more labels today. Got to find that bulk label deal Bo gets here. Let's see. I will tweet that link because I actually set mine on auto renew. Because you get like $5 off if you set auto renew. And I think you can choose. Oh, there it is. Oh, shoot. And I think you can choose how often it renews. Okay, there we go. Printaholic. 4x6 labels. Copy link. Where's the copy link? Come on, let me copy this. There we go. Copy link. So 4x6. So this is, how many rolls is this? 12 rolls, 200. So 2,400 labels. 4x6 labels. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to create another tiny URL. Stupid YouTube chat. David, what's up? Been listening, but busy at work. Let's go find that tiny URL, and we're gonna get that link for the rolls from Amazon. These are the 4x6 rolls. Make a tiny URL. There we go. And 4x6 labels. There we go. So those are the labels I buy. It's I think market price is $48.99. I think I pay like $42 or $43 because I have it set to auto renew. So that's what I use. David says, I previously used a refurbished Zebra thermal printer, but something happened with the feed mechanism after 2 years. Bought a Jaden one off Amazon, and it's great. Yeah, there's a lot of the one I use, and I can't speak for other label printers, but I use the Brother QL 1100. I absolutely love it. And I do know other people use different types of label printers, and if they work for them, and I do know, like as David said, they work for them. They're great. So. The advice I can give is on the Brother QL 1100. It's the only label printer I've used, so I can't speak to any of the other brands. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going on almost an hour. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Join the Hobby Evolution Bracket Challenge. It's for bragging rights only. The link is in the chat. I also will tweet it out again this morning. We still have another day to get those brackets filled out. Deadline, I think, is 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, Thursday morning. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll chat tomorrow.